Ha ko be oi o ha io de I ko ta dog on baha po ka dog kom ta o he de ya dog ba he to go ho an bat hai go opo de wo hai o te ko io de ole pia ta on he dog back to World War I. So I ain't to get all done. I think it was for the guy, Lon Cobbin. He was an old soldier. I remember him, the guy, Lon. And he was active in our church, speaking of our church this while ago. And he was in the Cobbin family, was very active, very instrumental in our foundation of our Cedar Creek Church. And I remember him as one of our first veterans also that we used to honor all our people by lifting and presenting the flag and bringing it down at the doings that we had back there when, as I mentioned earlier with our Goiga, I remember the doings, armistice doings, and the 4th of July doings that were held two places at Grandpa Cornbread, east of Carnegie, and one at Grandpa White Fox's, west of Carnegie. So that's how I remember this song, and I remember that as such. Cool. The words in this is, raise our flag in the most reverent because a good thing happened, the war ended. Them were the words of that song. The Kiowa way would be, I call Tiger, bet I get old ha. Honde on day by Omga. That's what it said. Hey na yo ana yo ana ya na ne yo ya hey na yo ana yo ana ya na ne yo ya hey na yo ana yo na ya na ne hey na yo ana yo ana ya na ne I Doki e moni ane o wata ya na yo no ya Doki e moni ane o wata ya na ne Doki e moni ane o wata ya na ne ya na yo ana yo na ya na ne yo ya Doki e moni ane o wata ya na yo no ya Doki e moni ane mo wata ya na ne Doki e moni ane mo wata ya na ne ya Doki e moni ane mo wata ya na yo no ya Doki e moni ane mo wata ya na ne Doki e moni ane mo wata ya na ne Don't ho ho. The words in that song is really strong with me, and it's very, very strong in itself. The word says, Dog e boni anim obata. Dog e boni anim obata. God always look toward me, help me, I always depend on you. That's what the words are in that song. The next song was composed and made by my grandmother, whom I just mentioned a few minutes ago, Momaday. And this are beautiful words in there too, and we'll sing this song, and I'll try to sing this song, try to reintroduce it to my people every chance I get when I get to go home. So it's a beautiful song, and I remember her real clearly through this song. Dogila come no anaga de dogiva go de beheka come da dogai lega yoi maun do be dogai lega yoi maun do be dogai lega yoi maun do be Dogila come no panaga de dogiva go de beheka come da dogai lega yoi maun do be dogila come no panaga de dogiva go de beheka come da Dogay lega yoi maun halobe. I hope. Encore that song that I mentioned made by Grandma, and the words in there says, men of God, or people of God, rejoice. When we meet our Maker, we will rejoice again, because He's going to give us everlasting life. So these are the words that Grandma put into that song.
Ko beoit ha honde get gip I go ban bahen dog can hit gip I go bit ha banem tal logo get one hit to go hawk back go but no I don't do ya my hit to go go honky domge at This is Evans Ray Satepauhoodle again coming at you with some Kiowa culture. And I'm going to do my best for you at this time to tell you some stories, so to speak, about our culture, that how it used to be, how it is today, and hopefully what it's going to be in the future. Again, I feel very fortunate to be able to do this at this time and to share this information with y'all. A lot of it y'all might understand and know and heard something often about it, and this is my version, so to speak, of what I know about my culture, about my Indian people, specifically about my Kiowas. So I hit about how on state, about all high go by go, and but I get built the dog, more hot but they built the dog on me. Either to know you high go, the bohang state, the good go, I do. They're important, the generations coming on, children and grandchildren. I want them to know and hear something about their identity, about themselves, regards to being a Kiowa. Then it all wraps around our full Indianism concept, so to speak, of different tribes, since we all married into different tribes, and grandchildren are maybe 4 or 5 tribal members of other tribes like that. So these people need to know who they are, why they are like that. So I hit about how you take about all high go. They only attain them. All right, what we're going to talk about here to kick off our program here This is our War Journey song, sometimes known as 49. Where this comes from really is not clear, but from what I heard and what I know in regards to the name 49, it seems like it scares people off. Because what the first thought comes to their mind is some kind of a wild, drunken orgy, but actually in the Kiowa language it's gudaw, and that's mean wisdom, singing wisdom songs. And these things have a very strong semblance and connotation, meaning in regards to honoring our veterans, our military people. And again, the story that our grandpas used to tell and grandmas, that when they got ready to go on expedition, not necessarily going into battle or war, but they kind of had a pep rally, so to speak, and they sang these songs to commemorate deeds that was done, especially when they came back. They honored, had a rally for these people that came back, and the warriors, and when they came into camp to tell their stories and what have you, well, they honored them with these songs, the Gudaw songs. So myself and my generation, when I went to the military, they honored us in this form and manner. So they still do this to honor our veterans in a Kiowa way whenever we have our doings at home. So again, this is what I want to try to explain the best way I know how to the generations that are coming on, where they will not have any kind of obscene, profane connotation meaning to it as such. Now, of course, the 49 came from back there in the gold rush days of 1849, when we used to live in the northern country, as we hear the story, that we used to live up there and we came back this way, but some of that was left behind, some of those things, and the story that came after the gold rush in 1849 in the Dakotas, where we used to live, well, some of the young warriors saw some of the dance hall girls dancing around, and when they came home, they saw some of these girls begin to take on the transformation of civilization at that time, and dressed as such, and they teased their own cousins and sisters of being the girls of the 49 that they saw in some of the saloons up there dancing around. So that's where that concept, as I hear, caught on, and so it transferred over into the rote. The dirt rote 49 is known after the main program is over at the powwows, and so it went out into the boondocks, and that's where all that carried on, went on. So that's why we have that connotation, that meaning tied on to that, which we all growed up with and growed through. But the real meaning that we still adhere to, and we still do and honor our military service people, as well as service women now, when we have our powwows, and we inject those with our War Mother songs as well. So let's hear a few of these songs that will tell the stories in themselves about these people. Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey, hey. Oh, God, no, I'm going on, God, oh, God, no, I'm going on, no, get oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hi. Well, that's what we're talking about, a person or a military man going on his own into the military to go to war. And that's why he's a hero like that. Oh, God, I know how they get on, yo, hey, yo. Oh, God, I know how they get on, yo, hey, yo. Oh, God, I know how they get on, yo, hey, yo. Oh, God, I know how they get on, yo, hey. That's what we're talking about, honoring gentlemen that came home from the war, from the military, whether on leave or coming out of the military service. So that's what these words are said in that regard. So I believe that will conclude at this time our war journey story, and hopefully people will understand what that really means, what it really is, or have a little better understanding of it, best of our younger generation. Come oit hindi al gente giendo va gente dainga hayonde goit og get kane hit go ho but to go ho get on behind tongue they get told the hell the better but can go eat all behind tongue to have a Sean del no gente gi hage dog how to dog in hage or or he's about town, or he's about state. At this time, I want to cover the area of our culture that we have, Kiowa culture, and this will consist of our Tonga Black Leggings. They're at home at Anadarko 2-day celebration to honor our military people and our military order that we have of our Kiowa people, to honor our veterans, which I'm a member of. So these are the things, a few songs that I do know I want to share with y'all that we'll be using there at our celebration. And also in conjunction with that, right along would be, like we always have with our processional, we march in, we honor our war mothers and other service organizations that came about as a result of the world wars that we've been participating in. We're talking about the War Mothers, talking about the Victory Club, and the Purple Heart Club. And these came about during those war years that I grew up as a young person there on Kiowa Nation. So he's about the Sean the say what I know about them. You saw me to get come the door behind Tonga with the way you got all the you change them the thought, the hand to get both day leave thought. So these are the information that I want to share with y'all at our short time we have here. And I was very fortunate of being able to know these people, see this organization in action, and the function that they served was to honor our military people. So our first group, I want to mention there was our Tonga, an organization stemmed from a person called Guli. He's the one who was one of our leaders in the organization. As the story goes, that he kept these parts of the uniform that we do use today, our red cape and our black leggings, that he kept these things down there in a battle down there in Texas somewhere with the Mexicans. And these are the items that he brought back and the symbols that we use to commemorate our organization and our uniforms that we do use with our dancers at our celebration there for 2 days at Indian City and at Anadarko. So they hang together all those so I take Batago Kahi. So the Dome Guli. So he brought those items back and that we do use with our dancing now with our celebration. So it's all you get Dome. So the Black Leggings story I believe came from whenever after the battle they went through the ruins and the combatants, the warriors, walked through some of the burning ashes and things, and they got these black marks on their legs when they came back to camp. So somebody picked the idea up and decided to use that for our organization, for calling them the Black Leggings, while we wear those stockings and things under our other uniforms, regards to our Tonga uniform. Now, all right, so let's have one song here that we use to usually march our dancers in, which is a beautiful song. Composers, I haven't heard or know of these people, but they're beautiful and we still use them. So this is our song that we bring our dancers in. This represents my people at home, the Goik Echo, my Kiowa people. And again, these things were made by the Creator, and they are to be kept on that level at all times. So I'm very happy and glad that I can share some information that I do know in my lifetime about some things, particularly our phases of our culture we have that is still with us at home. Hopefully they will stay with us forever, and it will serve the same purpose forever for generations that are coming on, especially the grandchildren. So they go it og get da baba hen doge. He go gakom the da, to pay go gakom the da, go good gakom da all together. And again, we're thinking about the future. And again, the generations that are coming on to keep these things alive, keep them going. We're going to go to gakom the da, to pay go gakom the baton get it so. Så har vi dagsärligt så har get många då bara jag pelo då bara kan pelo gå hänga då gå bara kuken bara hämta så vi det går inte bara då man kan vi avtal då bara tänkt då något så bara då ja det vi det. So I'm encouraging my people, Kiowas that are scattered all over the globe now, to continue to respect our ways and our Indian people at all times, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, and to equip yourself with better knowledge as we go on in life, just like today we're sharing this information with you. Hopefully you'll remember this all the days of your life. So with that, I conclude, and I'll say aho, hey go boy, bon't, I'll see y'all again. Aho. Oh, good, I know how they get away. 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 Hey, 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 hey.